Good evening and welcome to Community with me, Melissa Sandfield. We're here and today is Wednesday. It's January 28th, 2015, and we're excited to start a new season here with Community with me. I have a beautiful and smart, talented, and well-educated guest here with me today. She's an author. She works for nonprofits and for-profits, and my God, I think I've said everything about her, but she's going to tell us a little bit more about herself. I would like to introduce and welcome into our community today, Kennedy DeVoe.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I can't use this. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so honored that you came today. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am Kennedy DeVoe, as you said. I am the author of the Amazon bestseller, Two Wrongs Don't Make a Right. It Makes Us Even. And With Friends Like These, Who Needs Enemies?
And here it is.
I have an associate's degree in early childhood studies, a bachelor's degree in business management, and also a master's degree in human services. I currently work as a program director for a nonprofit in downtown LA.
Cool. That's super nice.
Thank you.
How did you become an author?
I became an author. I always wanted to be a journalist.
Right.
And we had career day at school, and the speaker was going around saying, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? What do you be? And when he came to me, I was like, I want to be a journalist. And I was all excited. Right. And then he goes, there's no black people in journalism.
Oh.
And I'm like, it's not? So his words disencouraged me to follow my path. And so I ended up going to school for human services. And I've been in that sector for 15 years now.
Oh, well, cool.
Yeah. So how I ended up writing a book was I had just been through so much stuff in my life and relationships that my friend was like, you should write a book. And I was like, I should, right?
Right. And you did.
I did.
And then you're the publisher too, right?
Yes.
Well, that works out. Like, I'm going to write it. I'm going to publish it. I was telling you before the show that I actually really love the covers. They're very attractive, to look at, very easy to look at. And the pictures say a lot. They actually say a lot. So that's a wonderful attribute to be able to write it and to edit it and to put it out.
No editing for me.
No editing?
No, I have an editor.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. And I have a graphic designer also.
So how did you get your book on Amazon? How does that work? And then how does it become a bestseller and you have all these reviews? Tell me about that whole process.
Well, I would definitely say it's easy to upload your book to Amazon, but there's also steps into making sure that your book is right before you upload it to Amazon. So, you need to edit it, proofread it, test read it, and have all those things done. And then there's actually a format that goes with the layout of the books before you upload them to Amazon. So, but it's not an easy process, but it's worth the hard work that goes into it.
Right.
And so with being an Amazon bestseller, it goes with marketing and promoting your book all the time, just getting out there, because no one knows who you are when you first come out. So you have to get your name out there. And I'm never ashamed to say I slang books in the parking lot, food for less sometime. And sometimes that's just how you build your fan base.
Right.
Yeah.
The book here, With Friends Like These, Who Needs Enemies? It sounds so juicy. And if I hadn't been your friend before today, I would probably say, when you talk about Chloe, is that me? Or when you talk about Sage, is that me? Or Emil? Or Talia? But you're in the book yourself, so tell me how that evolved and where you got these names from, and if your friends really did ask you, is that me you're talking about in that book?
Well, first off, I'm no longer friends with anybody in this book.
Ooh, sipping tea. Come on with it.
So that's what the book is based upon, is the demise of the friendships. Because, sometimes in life we think that the people that we start off with are going to be the people we end up with, and that's not always the case.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it starts off with us in junior high and follows all the way into like our mid-30s.
Wow. So I have my change. I have to buy both of these books because, of course, we want to support the folks who are so talented and bring so much to the table when they come here. So what about Two Wrongs Don't Make a Right? This one looks very juicy as well.
That is my Amazon bestseller.
Oh, yes.
I believe that it's my Amazon bestseller because all the women could relate to the book.
Oh, wow.
But it is a tale. I am the true definition in that book of a woman scorned.
Oh.
I talk about my good, my bad, my ugly relationships,
Right.
and all the lessons that I learned in between.
In between.
Yeah.
And it makes you a stronger woman.
It
right?
does. It
Right.
does.
Oh, my God. That's so good. So, I had so many questions to ask you. So what would we title these particular genres?
Well, people like to place me in the urban fiction category
Right.
because I'm an African American author,
Okay.
and because it does have African American people in it.
Right.
But I wouldn't like to place myself in that genre.
Right.
I would say I'm just a fiction author.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And the reason why I call it fiction, because, I can't call it nonfiction because then someone may sue me.
Right.
So,
So you're pretty much covered. And I guess people think when they write a book that it's just so easy. Oh, I'm going to write a book. It's not that easy.
it's not that
You
easy.
have to do a lot of research, even if it is your own story. Right?
Yeah, because sometimes the editor will try to challenge you. Like in one of the chapters, I was saying that one of the guys wore, I want to say Coogee, and she was like, "Well, Coogee wasn't out then," or Sean John. I think it was Sean John or Coogee, and she was saying it wasn't out then, and I was like, "Yes, it was. He was wearing it."
Right. So I know I was there.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So the process is pretty much you have to know what you're doing to write this book, to get it out, like you say, to market. And I would think that it would be easy, but if it's not that easy, then how do you get to the other side where you are and get to Amazon? And I want to know how that feels.
Well, first of all, it's a great accomplishment to have over 120 reviews on Amazon for the first book.
Oh,
The
wow.
second book is almost at 70. So
Oh,
if you
good.
read the book, can you please leave a review?
I'll read it and I'll leave reviews for both. I promise. I'm giving my community promise, my oath. So I'll do
But
that.
I mean, there's a process that goes along with everything. But I had a mentor or two mentors that helped me along the way.
That's
and
important.
and that helped out a whole lot. So once I was writing the book, that mentor was guiding me towards the steps in getting it published. And then the other mentor helped me with the process of the marketing and promotion aspect.
Can you give their names?
One of them is Brandy LaRue. She's a fellow author.
Right.
And the other mentor is Hassani Pettiford.
Okay.
And he's also an author.
We want to make sure, we acknowledge those folks that helped,
Right.
give them their kudos.
Right.
So apparently they did a great job for you.
Yes, they did. And I
Yes.
appreciate them so much.
Yes. So tell us, we're going to say it again at the end, but tell us where we can find you. Where should we look for you? Where can we find Kennedy DeVoe?
I'm everywhere. Well, I have a personal website. It's www.kdevoe.com. And I'm on Facebook. And Kennedy is spelled really different. It's Kennedee, DeVoe, like Belle Biv DeVoe. And I'm under Twitter at Kennedy DeVoe. And I have a YouTube channel, which is Kennedy DeVoe also. And I have an Instagram at It Must Be KD.
It must be KD. I like that. We're going to take a break and we're going to come back with Kennedy. My, how the time flies in the community when you have such a great guest. We'll be right back with we're going to have a pit bull break. We need to mention pit bull. The boss takes care of us here. We got to mention the boss. Thank you, boss. We'll be right back.
Are you a diabetic? Need some energy? Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Need to quench your thirst? Try Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, the only energy drink named suitable for diabetics by the American Diabetic Association. And it's now available with no calories, no carbs, no sugar, and no fat, and a smooth, natural blend of energy, vitamins, and minerals. Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink is the healthiest, best-tasting energy drink around. For more information and online ordering with free shipping, please visit hiphopbev.com. Remember, Pitbull Sugar-Free Energy Drink, suitable for diabetics, great for everyone.
And we are back with the beautiful Kennedy Defoe. She's telling us all about being an author. She's telling us it's not that easy. You need to do your homework, you need to research, you need to be diligent, and you need to do everything that is proper and in order when your book needs to be written. So, Kennedy Defoe, welcome again.
Thank you.
What is your inspiration for your books? Like, what inspires you when you begin to write?
Well, I would definitely say because all of these things have happened to me in real life, that, I just had to write about it because I was like, maybe this is why it's happening because,
Right.
I'm supposed to be writing these books about them. And so it's just the real life experiences that I've been through.
Oh, wow. And I mean, what better, like you say, than the truth to
Right.
put that out there, and the experiences that we have, so many other people, like you say, can relate.
Right.
And you're relatable, that makes it an Amazon bestseller, right?
Right.
Wonderful thing. What is the one thing that you would like your readers to know? What's the one thing that you want me to know when I read both of these books, because I'm going to read them?
Well, some people are not avid readers.
Right.
And for you to read these books, you don't have to be an avid reader because they're going to be a page turner. You're not going to want to put it down. You're going to be like, oh my God, what's going to happen next?
Right.
Especially in book one. It's like nonstop drama, drama, drama. And so you don't have to be an avid reader in order to read the books. Both books take about 4 hours to read tops.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And the books are raw, real, and relatable experiences. And so either you're going to say, I've been wronged, or I do have friends like these.
And I need to cut them off like Kennedy did. You got to go. My New Year's resolution is, that's when you start getting rid of them. I mean, because like you say, people aren't really your friends, and then it takes so long. It took you to your 30s to find out, or either
Right.
maybe people change. Do you think that's what it was?
No, I mean, I think, like I said in the book, they reveal who they were when they were younger.
Right.
It's just that their behavior started intensifying as we got older, and it was
Right.
no longer tolerable. What was
Right.
acceptable before, you're like, oh, you're getting on my nerves.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, it happens, though, all the time.
Wow.
We just kind of go on different paths and outgrow each other.
And I think that might be, like, the books might be comparable as far as having bad friends and then having a bad relationship. And we kind of sometimes overlook things that people do until you just really get tired of it. Or like you say, until it intensifies and you don't want to deal with it anymore and you're done. So I get that. So the next question I have for you is, how has your life changed since you've become an author? Because you've already had a great deal of education. You have many things behind your name, but what makes life different being a writer?
Well, the first book was released August 2012, and it really didn't pick up until like December 2012 going into January 2013.
Oh, cool.
And it rapidly picked up. It was just all of a sudden, I was just taken off guard by the overwhelming response from
Right.
readers. And so next thing I know, I'm going to book festivals, doing book signings, doing book
wow.
appearances for book clubs, speaking on radio shows. I mean, it just got bananas,
radio
but
shows.
in a good way, in a good way.
That's good. I'm glad to hear all of that. Where do you see the books going? Like, reaching younger children? Would you like to write for teenagers and their issues?
No.
No. That's more than we can deal with, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, my
and I don't think
goodness.
that's my expertise, especially since I don't have children. I do work with children, but it's more of the 0 through 5 aspect.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you're like, I'm going to stay in my lane and write about
Right.
what I know.
Right.
Which is a good thing. Okay. So what about your new projects that are going on? Tell us about that.
Well, I'm currently working on book 3. Yes, book number 3.
Three's a lucky charm, huh?
And that's set to be released September 2015, later on
cool.
this year.
Cool.
So this time I'm writing from a man's point of view. So I'm trying to work on the process of nailing that completely.
Cool.
Because it's different when you talk from your own point of view, but trying to...
How are you going to do that?
Well, I am doing it. I'm already on chapter 13.
What? But have you gotten feedback from men, or you just kind of know from experience?
No, I've gotten feedback from men as I'm going along. You know, a friend will go, a man wouldn't say that. And I'll be like, well, what would he say?
Right. Okay,
exactly.
Wait, repeat that slower.
Yeah. Or they'll be like, he wouldn't react like that.
Right.
I'm trying to, nail it down and make sure it's really relatable.
Right. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to know something about you that no one knows. Like, not maybe a secret, just something that you would like people to know about you. Like, what about you? We know you're an author. We know you have education, and we know you're beautiful. What might someone not know just looking at you that you would want them to know?
Well, I call myself a philanthropist because I have what I call KD and Friends Feed LA. And my friends and I, we put together money every month to go down to Skid Row in downtown LA to feed the homeless. So a lot of people don't know that about me. Some people do, some people don't. But yeah,
that's a good thing.
Just looking at me, you would not know that.
No. And I could guess that because you're friends with Cynthia. Shout out to Cynthia Billingsley, because she always sends me phenomenal people that are always doing wonderful things in the community. So for me, that really doesn't surprise me. We travel to Skid Row sometimes with toothbrushes and things like that. And Cynthia just did the winter warmth drive with jackets and things like that for the homeless. So we're all pretty much cut from the same cloth. We have different journeys that we're on, but when it comes to that philanthropy path, it's pretty strong and it runs deep. And I think there's a kindred spirit when we do that. That's what I think. So you still have time. Tell us more.
Well, I'm also in the process of getting my website. I do clothing, plus size clothing. And it's called KD's Closet. And I have little pieces here and there, but you want to start off small, not too big. And so I'm just testing the waters. It's been going on since October of last year. And it's done pretty well for itself. But people can shop for the clothing line at www.shop.kdevo.com. And I do plus sizes 1X through 3X.
Say the website again.
It's www.shop.kdevo.com. But even if you go through my regular website, kdevo.com, you can go through the store link, click on there, and click on KD's Closet, and you'll enter into there. And you can get my books and clothes. And if you want to, you can make a donation for KD and Friends Feed LA also. It's only $15.
Oh my God. I love it when I have these people that come in for one thing, and then they're doing two things, and then they're so smart, and they're doing so many great things in the community. My God. I mean, you have clothing, you write books, you're a publisher, you're educated, you're working in the nonprofit sector. I mean, I just feel like an underachiever with all of these great people that come in. It's like, I do this. Oh, and by the way, I do that. And I think it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing that you're able to spread yourself and help others as you build yourself up along the way.
Thank you. Because you never know when the tables will turn.
You never know. You never know. So let me know when you go out to Skid Row next time, and if I'm available, I would love to go. I would love to do that.
Okay.
And we want to get some people on board. We want to always make sure that we let other people know what we're doing, because sometimes people don't have that drive.
Right.
And we're able to give it to them.
Right.
You're able to say, hey, you want to come help? And I may tell someone, I may say, hey, Gina, come on. Or we may say, hey, Coffee, come on. Let's go out here and help some other people today. And once you go and help others, it's a life-changing thing.
It is.
Like, it's an addiction. I always say that. There's nothing like it.
Because I started off doing it by myself. I used to make my staff go with me. We would go on a Friday when we got paid, and I would go down there and they'd be like, oh my God, do we have to go with you? And I'd be like, oh, this is not going to work, because I want people who's passionate about it just like I am. And so they were like, we're going to take a picture and tell on you. But they were just playing.
Right.
And so they sent me the picture, and I posted it on my Facebook and my Instagram. And everybody was like, well, how long you been doing that? And I have been doing it a year and a half with them and my staff. And so what ended up happening is everybody just wanted to get involved, and so that's how it became Katie and Friends Feed LA.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And I do something like once a year with the group where we go out and give jackets and blankets and the toothpaste, like the hygiene packets. And we touched maybe about 200 people for Christmas, the Saturday before Christmas. And I take my daughter, you know, I don't let her get out of the car. She's small, and I let her know we give for Christmas.
Right.
We give back. Like, that's what it's all about.
Right.
And it's so important. It makes your life so much richer when you help other people.
Yeah, it does.
How can you not
and
do that?
Sometimes when we're, you know, we don't get enough donations, this catering company here in LA, Tisket a Tasket, they'll donate products for us to
shout out to Tisket and Tasket. Let's write them down because we want to make sure even like they're able to come onto the show and talk about what they do. We want to highlight people that are doing great things.
Right.
And you epitomize the people that I want to come here.
Oh.
And you have a lot of great information, and we're giving out a lot of great resources, but we want to make sure for sure we give your information again.
Okay, sure. You can reach me at www.kdevoe.com, and I'm on Facebook under Kenny DeVoe, Twitter Kenny DeVoe, YouTube Kenny DeVoe, and Instagram at It Must Be KD.
I like that one. It must be K. I might take that from you, like it must be. What would I say? It won't work. Okay, never mind. We're going to let Kennedy have her whole lane. I'm not going to get in her lane. We're going to make sure that you know you can go to Amazon and buy these wonderful books. We have the bestseller right here.
Right.
And this is number 2, right?
Right.
And then number 3 is coming September 2015. Do you have a name for that book yet?
I do, but I have not revealed it yet.
Okay, so it hasn't been revealed, and we're going to make sure we let you know that you're always, always, always welcome to come back into this community and share any great things you have going on. As of now, you can make any closing remarks or let anyone know it's your time. You can say what you want.
Okay. Well, thank you to everyone that tuned in tonight. I appreciate your support. And I definitely appreciate you, Melissa, for having me on the show. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm glad you came.
I'm very grateful.
Thank you.
That's all. I'm not one of many words.
She's not a woman of many words. As I sit here and hold her Amazon bestseller, we want you to pick up these books, Kennedy DeVoe. Please, let's support each other through purchasing a book. And once you read the books, put out a great review about the book. We want to make sure we encourage each other and that we uplift each other constantly because we need that. We never know when we may need someone else.
Right.
And she's doing great things in the community, and she's looking good while she's doing it, y'all. So as of now, we're going to say good night, and we want to thank Miss Kennedy DeVoe for coming into the community and bringing such a ray of light and hope for others down on Skid Row. We appreciate her for that. It's our duty to help other people, and she's doing a great job. So I want to thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I want to tell you that you're welcome to come back whenever you want. You're a friend of the community now. She's my friend, whether she likes it or not, y'all.
Uh-oh.
So we'll see y'all next week, and have a great week. We'll see you in the community.